This is Michael Wilson. We're looking at the immeasurable greatness of his power. It's a divine revelation. In the bustling cacophony of our daily lives, it's easy to lose sight of the extraordinary, to become entangled in the mundane, and to forget the profound. But nestled within the pages of Ephesians 1:19 to 23 is a breathtaking revelation of the immeasurable greatness of God's power, waiting to rejuvenate our spirits and illuminate our hearts. So let's read it now. What is the immeasurable greatness of his power, his meaning Jesus, towards us who believe, according to the working of his great might, that he worked in the Messiah when he raised him from the dead and seated him at his right hand in heavenly places, far above the rule and authority and power and dominion, and above every name that is named, not only in this age, but also in the one to come. And he put all things under his feet and gave him his head over all things to the church, which is his body, the fullness of him who fills all in all. Man, that just sends shivers down my spine. Jesus is sitting at the right hand of God, and the power of God resides in him, all authority, every name above everything. Now, these verses paint a vivid portrayal of the boundless power of God, and it's revealed through the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus the Messiah. They beckon to us to contemplate the vast expanse of his divine authority, the depth of his love, and the transformative impact it has on our lives as believers. So, according to the working of his great might, this passage begins by emphasizing the immeasurable greatness of God's power. And it's not an abstract concept, but it's a dynamic force at work. And when he raised him from the dead, the resurrection of Jesus is the centerpiece of Christian faith. Faith is the moment when God's power defied the natural order, conquering death itself. And so God seated him at his right hand in heavenly places. Jesus ascended to heaven, and the imagery of Jesus being seated at the right hand of God signifies the exalted position and supreme authority that is vested in Jesus. So far above all rule and authority and power and dominion. In this proclamation, we glimpse the comprehensive reach of the Messiah's authority. He reigns supreme over every conceivable power structure, whether earthly or celestial, political systems, spiritual forces, and all forms of authority find their ultimate submission in him, not only in this age, but also in the one to come. So the scope of the Messiah's dominion is not confined to the presence. He transcends time itself. His reign is eternal, extending into the age to come. And so he puts all things under his feet and gave him his head over all things to the church. And then the fulfillment of him who fills all in all. In this climactic statement, we find the ultimate purpose of the Messiah's exaltation. The church, empowered by the Holy Spirit, becomes the vessel through which the fullness of Jesus is expressed to the world. We are entrusted with the responsibility of carrying his light, being salt, being love, his love, and his transformative power into every corner of creation to the ends of the earth. And so the Apostle Paul unveils the immeasurable greatness of God's power towards those who believe. It reminds us that as disciples of Jesus, we're not merely spectators, but participants in the divine plan of redemption. And that's some mighty good news, brothers and sisters.